New Mexico artist Doomkitten skyrocketed to fame after an appearance on a popular reality show. However, the talent was always present long before the spotlight hit him. Tonight, we delve into his beginnings, explore his work with various mediums, and discover the ways in which New Mexico serves as a source of inspiration. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and I really just got to start with the first question. Doomkitten.
Yeah.
How did that name even come to fruition?
So I love Doctor Doom. Love comic books. I've loved him. He was my favorite character. You know, bad guy. I loved him, and I love cats. I really love cats, and I don't know. There was this video game that came out in the early 2000s. No one remembers it. It was called World of Warcraft. Everyone played World of Warcraft.
I was just like, hold on. I know I was not the big video game person. I was like, I know that one.
Yeah. So my character's name was Doomkitten. And then when social media really picked up and you could pick your name, your identity, I always used Doomkitten. It was always my username, my screen name. And then I appeared on a hit TV show, syndicated and filmed nationwide under the name. And then it just became my name. So...
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to when Doomkitten was a kid.
Okay.
When it comes to terms of art, like where did it start for you?
Oh, I think it really started with comic books. Like a lot of artists, the imagination, the getting to see stories with images put there, and I'd read all these comics, and I would really judge by the art. Like even as a kid, I'd be like good art, bad art, and when it was really good art, I just envied it. Like I'd want to do it. I had all these ideas that I wanted to tell, and I just needed to practice the art. Really funny that my mom is a huge part of how, I was good at it. She would ground me all the time, all the time. And, but she would leave me with art supplies. And at some point, I would draw these characters, I'd write these stories, I'd make little worlds, and I would show them to her. And I actually think that she grounded me. Like she would just make up reasons to ground me because I would go to my room and just like grumble, but start, working on something. Yeah. So I thank my mom for grounding me all the time.
Oh my gosh. That's the inspiration right there. Yeah. So I know for some artists, their art is a message. It's a way to express themselves. When did you discover or realize that your art meant something to, a person viewing it?
It was always for me, it was always the stories I wanted to tell. It was always the characters I wanted to create, and I try to capture those emotions. And the first time I noticed it was, by trade, I'm a tattoo artist. I draw and paint all the time as well. But somebody flew in from Japan specifically to get tattooed by me.
Wow.
And it flattered me so much. And he was explaining things in my art that he saw and he felt, and he was talking about movement and emotion. I always felt like I was never quite there, but having someone kind of confirm that you have moved a feeling in somebody else really, did it. And now I just try to double down on that with everyone. I'm like, I don't even like my drawing unless it's validated by another human who's like, God, I saw this and it was beautiful and soft. And I'm like, yes, thank you. I can sleep now.
So, how do you handle the transfer of medium? Doing from working on skin to working on canvas, is it a big switch for you in order to get to that?
It was, early on, they were two separate things. I would draw and I would paint, and it was natural and normal and felt like breathing. And then I would start tattooing, and it was just this clunky mess. It really was. And then at some point I had... through friends and other artists and people who were living in both worlds, and we would hang out and have these critique nights and these paint nights, and they helped really facilitate, I guess, combining both of them. Both of them became one thing, and so that's really how it was. It was through the help of other artists that I could just combine that vision. So
you are living in New Mexico, and I know for people, New Mexico will provide a lot of inspiration. How does it inspire you?
New Mexico inspires me because I have never lived or worked in a place where people are as hungry as they are here. Other places, people are just trying to compete. They're trying to, do this whole thing. But for some reason, New Mexico, so many people here are so genuine to themselves. And I think that always shows through in every artist. The more genuine and true to themselves they are, the better, more original and unique the art is.
Yeah.
And New Mexico is filled with that.
So where can people find out more about your art?
The best place to find out about it is Instagram. The social media at Doomkitten is where I put, my online art journals, my thoughts after I complete anything. I really ride that Instagram a lot. I also try to have in-person art events, and if you can find your way to make to one of those, we'd love to have you.
So once again, Doomkitten, thank you
Teresa,
so much for coming
thank
in
you.
tonight, and we will definitely be keeping an eye on your work.
Absolutely. Thank you, Teresa.
Thank you. We'll be back.